So you get into ECW. I'm presuming Paul Heyman's the one who brings you over. Or
Yes.
how did you get over then?
He just called me and he's like, "You want to come work in ECW?" And I was like, "Sure." And he goes, "I want you to be Shane's head cheerleader, be his manager." I'm like, "Oh, I would love to. That would make my dream come true." And then the next thing I know, we're on the way to the place in Brooklyn or Queens or wherever it was at, the VFW hall, and I get the phone call, my flip phone, and it's Paul saying, "We're gonna have you sit at ringside, and Stevie Richards is gonna come down. I want you to kiss him, and da 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 da, da, and then we're gonna do an angle, and Sandman's gonna come out and save you, and this, that, and the other, and then you're gonna work with Sandman." I'm like, "Who the hell is Sandman?" "Oh, you'll meet him when you get here. You'll see Stevie. He's the one that's gonna come out and call you out and everything." And I didn't know who, because I didn't watch the show, and because I worked at night, I was bartending at the time, and or go-go dancing. I don't remember. It was either go-go dancing or bartending. I can't remember. Anyway, so he so that's how that happened. And I was really bummed that I wasn't Shane's manager. Still to this day, I'm bummed. But Paul said it's a long story, and one day we're gonna sit down and he's gonna tell me about it. But that's just him blowing smoke in my butt. I know.
Do you still curse Francine for getting that role?
Yes. Bitch. No, I'm just kidding. I like her.
Oh,
I
she's
like her.
lovely. She's absolutely lovely, Franny. Well, that's the thing. I've got a total blind spot when it comes to ECW around '96. I watched like stuff earlier and later, but '96 is a
Right.
total blind spot for me. So,
Oh no.
how long did it take you to realize that the Stevie Richards thing was a giant in joke on your lawsuit with
Oh, I knew it was
WCW?
from the beginning. I knew it was from the beginning, having suing me for sexual harassment. It was a joke to WCW is what it was.
Was it over the heads of even the ECW fans at the time?
No, I think they got it. I think they got it.
How come that didn't last longer then? Because you're sort of just straight in with Sandman, and then the next thing happens, and so
Yeah.
and so.
And then they brought in his son and they did the thing with Raven, and Raven never had anything for us girls to do. And I started getting frustrated, and then I just left. And AWF had called me because they were starting a wrestling company and they wanted me to be an announcer. And I wanted to be an announcer. I didn't like doing that. And I didn't like the whole ECW thing at the time. I loved Paul, but I just didn't like the direction going with using Sandman's kid and the stuff with and then I remember saying in front of Scotty, I call him Scotty the Body. He's not Raven to me because I met him as Scotty the Body, but he goes, "Okay, we're gonna get in the ring, and Kimona and Missy are gonna get into a fight, and then they're gonna be called to the back, and then we're gonna have the match and do this." I'm like, "Oh, you're such a great finish man." So you can't come up with something for us girls to do during the match. It makes no sense for us to get into a fight at the beginning and then get called back. There's no reason why I have heat with her, you know? And Paulie pulls me to the side and goes, "Don't call, you shouldn't have never called Raven out like that in front of everybody. If you have a problem with him, take him to the side and say, 'You're a veteran in the locker room. You should know better.'" And I remember, "Oh, this is crap." And then they called me, I forget who called me from the AWF, and they said that they were starting a company. And I remember Paulie calling me because they were doing a big um, public announcement at somewhere in Times Square about the AWF. And he's like, "Don't you dare go down there. Don't you dare go down there." And me and Kimona went. I took Kimona and we both went.
Really? Because I was
Yeah,
wondering where Kimono had disappeared to.
Kimona went with me. Kimona was sick and tired of all the nonsense.
Nonsense as in just booking stuff or other stuff?
Of us fighting for no reason.
Right.
It made no sense for us to cat fight.
Did you never talk to Paul and say, "Look, I really want to be an announcer. I'm better looking than Joey
He
Styles"?
Yeah. I wanted to be an announcer, and he said no.